Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? This is SEL020 representing JVS. I'm back here again for another review for The Flash. This is the 23rd episode, season finale of season 4. We are The Flash. What did I think about this episode? Yeah. I don't know. Let's just do it this way, because I don't want to come off rude, because this is a season finale. I appreciated the VFX. Thought the VFX were dope. Like Barry going in super speed, like breaking the sound barrier. Like it was like the Matrix Reloaded on steroids. Specifically when he was going through all the different thinkers and trying to rush through the tunnel. I definitely felt like the Matrix Reloaded in so many different aspects. The third act of the episode. I mean, I appreciate the different graphics and the fight scenes. The interesting part about DeVoe and just how willing he was to accomplish his goals, and the fact that he killed himself legitimately on an internal level. And I thought that was really interesting how it platformed to how, of course, the elongated man had to resurface and do what he needed to do, which is really interesting. When Cecile was about to be threatened while she was having a baby, I was like, yo, this is a messed up situation. DeVoe is the worst. And that is about it. I mean, other than the coffee girl, who we now know her name starts with the N, that I'm not going to reveal, because it definitely is epic, but it's been telegraphed for a minute. And the fact is, like, I don't know where they're gonna go with it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a Bart Allen kind of situation almost. But everything else in the episode, I did not necessarily like. We spent a long period of time in DeVoe's mind. Barry was trying to hide out from it. It didn't flow well with me. A lot of the humor in this episode just really didn't click with me. I thought that they set a really interesting table where it was like all the lights were crashing down, everything was happening, like there was no hope, and then, you know, DeVoe's wife is there to try to help and try to platform what they need to do, and then it was like, okay, we're going to try to keep, you know, Joe's wife from having a pregnancy to keep Barry in his mind, even though he's already assessed this ahead of time. I thought that from a conceptual standpoint that, I mean, yeah, you built up to that, but it was kind of like, did it have to be that to utilize Cecile in that way? I really don't think so. And it kind of felt underwhelming, unfortunately. As far as the season finale, it felt like one of the most underwhelming season finales that I've seen. They didn't give anything more with Caitlin, even though it's definitely assured that Cecile really tapped into her mind and saw or heard or reverted back what something that Killer Frost would say. They never really went into that. They never really established whether or not DeVoe's wife, when she took out the plate that was what was keeping him still alive, if she was using that. It's kind of like Age of Ultron all over again for me. And I was like, okay, so DeVoe's wife, you think she really just became that good? I was like, would have been a more interesting twist is just showing like his consciousness and what he is still there, and like her final words be like, I will do anything for my husband, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? I thought that would have been way better of a tied off for his character. They kind of beat him so soon, and then he kind of just came back for a second. And it was this, it wasn't epic. It wasn't really that epic, unfortunately. And I'm sad to say it, man. Like, I legit am sad to say it. I'm happy, you know, Joe had his baby. I'm happy. We get to find out who, you know, the coffee girl actually is. I'm happy the elongated man is still alive. But it's like, in terms of stakes, like a whole bunch of people died throughout season 4 because of DeVoe's plan, but elongated man, the one person that still lived, you know, even though everybody else's consciousness still could technically have been preserved. they don't really establish whether or not that was true or valid in any stand. And it was kind of like, I mean, Barry went through a lot. Yeah, he went to prison wrongfully. He got his name put underneath the dirt wrongfully. This episode, the captain finally was like, oh, I can clear your name finally. And it's like, consequently, how did these characters really evolve short from Caitlyn and having a new player in Elongated Man? And then I guess even like the whole revelation when it came to the coffee girl, it's like, it was only for a second. Like, we've led up to this for so long. And it was like, yeah, we get to reveal who she is, but they kind of did what they did with Sabotage. They drug it out so long that it lost its emotional punch because we'd already assessed what it was. At a certain point, I was like, yo, is that, Joe's baby? Like, initially I was like, oh wow, that's what they're trying. And it's kind of like some kind of form of trickery. Like, you making me believe that as soon as this baby comes through, then that's when, like, anyway, it just didn't feel clever. It didn't feel epic. There were some good things about it and some good things throughout the season. My highlight of the season definitely was when Barry got put into prison. Like, he decided not to, change anything. Like, he decided to take it with the consequences. What he went through in prison, I thought that was really dope. The Flash Time episode was definitely the highlight. But everything else, and even this, the DeVoe beginnings of last episode was just amazing, seeing his powers at stake. And it's like, my perception was like, why do you need a whole bunch of DeVoes when you got all these different kind of powers at your disposal? Why would you not use them inside that same exact world? Like, would they really have been able to stop it? And what they telegraphed for the longest time is, like, DeVoe taking over the ability of the Flash and his Speed Force through Barry's consciousness, which doesn't make sense in the sense that wouldn't he need Barry's body to do that? So would that meant that he would have went and transferred out of Elongated Man's body and went to Barry's? They don't establish that. And what the heck is the purpose of the writing on the board? They brought it up, they talked about it, but they didn't give us any inclination why. Even Harry started to use it. Harry. I think that Tom Cavanaugh he's done, or they're trying to move him or shift him out. They don't go back to the establishment of the fact that Cisco is talking about family, but he doesn't get this revelation in his mind like, oh wow, Gypsy is like family to me. I need to go. Like, it just, I don't know. It ended either too happy or unconsequential. I think that was the reality of it. And I'll try to go and do like a small 30-second review of this movie. And Stardust, so if you want to check out Stardust, definitely check us out in the description bar below. I apologize I went into all these things, but guys, like, I'm a huge Flash fan. I'm a huge supporter of this show. And to see the finale the way it ended, it's kind of sad. Okay? Keep it locked. CBS Wingo stuff. This is probably the longest review I've ever had of this. But I am a little flustered by it. Okay? Talk to y'all later. Peace, guys. Make sure you leave a like.